Today, we continue to navigate the ins and outs of earning an additional income. My name is Mokorosi, and I thank you for joining us on Wealth at Work, a show that focuses on wealth creation and education in South Africa. Our guest, Dr. Samu Dube, is no stranger to this show. She's a medical doctor, a business executive, and an entrepreneur. Hello, Samu. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks, Jody. I hope you and your listeners are well.
So the other thing that you've touched on slightly is property. And I know that's you're speaking from personal experience as well, that you've gone into properties. What were some of the kind of highs, lows, and, I wish I could forget this, or the surprises for you that you said, actually, this actually worked out really brilliantly. I wasn't expecting this one. Or what are those lessons that nobody taught you and you found out the hard way?
Yeah, and perhaps that is the easier part, to just get your property financed. I think is the easier part. I think for me, the one is the hurdle to even get to the table where you're saying, I'm investing in property.
Yes.
Again, Jody, I think I'll speak on behalf of many women out there and who are trying to get into those spaces. Number one, when you're in that space, many people don't take you seriously because it's a male-dominated industry. And for me, that was lesson number one, that you will not get your hands into those golden properties because they circulate amongst a certain type of people. And I remember I had to get a friend of mine who was white, and we were to go and show our faces in a property. And I said, today I'm going to be Mrs. Williams. You are going to be my pseudo husband for today, because you know what, I'm not getting a breakthrough in getting my hands on this property. So no one teaches you that, right? Because we all take books that are written in the US about property investing, and actually that book may not have been written for us. I think actually I should write a book personally on those experiences. That was the hurdle number one. Then finance, obviously the bank will, the properties that are lucrative right now may be in development space, and that needs large quantums of money, which you may not have collateral for, and therefore you may not lay your hands on. Or higher risk investments, inner cities, etc. Again, banks don't finance that, and you may not have collateral for. So that is another challenge. The challenge in terms of getting hold of that property, which has got a higher operating income and higher return on investment, is an important one. And then the nightmare begins once you land your property, right?
Nightmare.
My nightmare of my life was when I had a property in Glen Austin where the tenants didn't pay rent for 1.5 years. And the law in South Africa, naively, so you don't realize that it protects those type of people who study the law and use it for their favor. I have said never again will that happen. So I am now more vigilant. Don't let a tenant miss payment even by 1 month without you taking this thing of, no, I'm gonna pay. They are drinking water, isn't it? They are eating some bread. They are rent in Johannesburg, for example, is number one expense they have to pay up. So don't let that actually come in at all. It should not be part of your headache.
That's incredible. Some good stories there. But also similar to me, I've had those issues with tenants. In fact, there's an old tenant who didn't pay for about a year. And every maybe 6 to 12 months, we get a random deposit of her just paying back some of the money because of that period of time when they were unemployed. So
if I know I want to be CEO of a company, perhaps I need to work pull like a 20-hour day or something like that, a 16-hour day. For the company. And this happens a lot for those people who want to do that. And you may be sacrificing a promotion by working on the second stream of income.
mean, you've spoken about one thing, but every kind of additional income pursuit that you have comes with sacrifices. What would you say are the sacrifices you've made to get to where you are from an additional income perspective?
I think it's discipline. The first, so there is maybe juxtaposing the two narratives of discipline and sacrifice. I think what comes first is discipline, right? Knowing that I can divide my time and say there is a 9-to-5 job, there is a 5 to 9 job, and then I can sleep, wake up, exercise, pray, then go to my 9-to-5, and that takes discipline. So the first thing for me is sacrificing some of the social circles that you might want to have after work, and instead working to your second job, if I may, it takes discipline and sacrifice. So you're sacrificing at times friends, you may even sacrifice some family time, and we all don't like that, right? We don't like sacrificing that time, but it takes you to actually, maybe time-wise, to be disciplined for you to get to that space. But also the other sacrifice is the clarity around what is it that you want at work, right? Clarity is, because some people, if I know I want to be CEO of a company, perhaps I need to work, pull like a 20-hour day or something like that, a 16-hour day for the company. And this happens a lot for those people who want to do that. And you may be sacrificing a promotion by working on the second stream of income. So that is actually a reality, Jolie, that we have to all face. And maybe many other things that you might have pursued, like, going to school, studies, your holidays. You're like, okay, my holiday, I'm going to be working on this thing. I want to clear my mind so that I can work on this second entrepreneurial endeavor that I have. But it just takes discipline. And, people always say you are always busy, but your time is actually like structured that way, and you're not always busy. It's just like who you are.
That's so good. That's such a great analogy. Fill your cup with the big stuff that matters first. Your cup being, your time and the way you do things, the way you approach things. Make sure the most important things are dealt with first. Then you focus on the other. You touch on something really big, because I think for me, that's what I've also seen a lot of Black women make the mistake in that the stuff that they're doing to earn an additional income, the return on investment, what you're getting for what you're putting in is so low that it actually, if it's not a passion project, it really isn't worth it. It's not moving the dial. Either a level of scaling needs to happen, or and a level of acceptance to say that this is not it. This is not how we haven't done the necessary maths to actually figure out if this works or not.
100%, Jolie. I think it's important not to undersell ourselves in terms of even thinking capacity, even what we can do, because we do that desperately wanting to. And there are many people who are just busy. But what is it that you are performing? We say then, instead of getting a proper return on investment, you get just a return on ego, right? It's just a return on your ego, not on investment, and that's problematic. Yeah.
Oh no, that's a new one for me. Return on ego. I'm going to use that one. We always learn something new when you're here, out there somewhere.
Exactly.
So at what stage, what were the triggers for you when you decided, I think I need an additional income?
I actually think, Jolie, before I even, as a doctor, so I'm a medical doctor, as you know, and even as a doctor, I used to do locums that way outside. So, doctors often work in public and private. So for me, that was always additional income for me, where I would do locums. And at any given time, I would be maybe volunteering in this board where you actually get remunerated, even from when I was doing my internship in community service. So I don't know whether mine has been a pursuit for the things that I really love. I don't think it was just a pursuit of need. I actually think it has been a journey to get to a spot where we are saying in the Ikigai, can I just, I want what I do, I should be passionate about. it should be making the world a better place. It should actually earn me a living and income, and I've got skills for it. So the diversity of my skill, and perhaps part of the schizophrenia that at times people say, oh, Wena, it's because of my diversity of skills, right? So I trained in the medical space, I did public health, I've done infectious diseases, I've done finance, I've done business, I've done coaching, and actually really my glass has always been half full at any given time. And some of the things that I've done is just to exercise and put my skill to use so that it doesn't atrophy.
Excellent, very good. Some very good insights there. I wish we had the whole night to speak, but I know that your time is super precious. But otherwise, thank you so much, Dr. Dube, for joining us once again. And all the best of luck with all your ventures as well. I am always excited about the stuff that you're delving into and challenged as well.
Thank you so much, Jolie. And to the listeners, I pray that they have hands and strength to execute whatever idea is in their mind. Thank you, Jolie. Have a lovely evening further.
Thank you for watching Wealth at Work. We look forward to sharing more stories and profiling other dynamic entrepreneurs and business people. Please like and share and leave a comment telling us what topics you would like to see next. From me, Johnny Mokorosi, thank you and goodbye.